So my name's Hannah Jarvis. I'm a graduate of West Branch High School. We were the Warriors, and I grew up just outside of Lisbon, Ohio. I am finishing up veterinary school, and I will be a large animal veterinarian with some small animal, I guess, so mixed animal veterinarian in Southwest Ohio. So the most exciting part of my career is probably going to surgery or dystocias, which is a bad birthing process, basically. So, and there's just something about it that I not just enjoy, but it's a high adrenaline time of my career, and it's just something that gets me excited. I'm like, all right, we got this coming in, we're going to do it, we're going to handle it. And I try to be positive. It doesn't always end that way. But it's definitely brings a lot of excitement. You got to keep an even keel, but it's the most exciting part of my career. A little bit to go on with, I said dystocias or a bad birthing process is exciting is when you get them out and things go well. Even just pulling a calf, and I've pulled lots of calves in my life, whether it was at home or in the veterinary field, and there's just something about a baby calf, and I can't explain it. But when they're up and they're alive and doing well, and unfortunately in the veterinary field, we don't always see the ones that come out alive. But when things go well, it's just nothing better than seeing that, the process of life happening right in front of you. So, there are many things as far as what inspired me, and I think probably the most important was little me. I always wanted to be a veterinarian, and obviously what I wanted to do changed a little bit over time. I thought I wanted to be a racehorse jockey. I'm 5'11", so that didn't work out, but I loved animals and I loved agriculture, and that developed as I went on, and combining that with science and helping producers. And I think nowadays it's the producers that inspire me to continue on in this field, and there's no place I'd rather be. So I think science and math kind of come hand in hand when you think of veterinary medicine. The science aspect is something I live every day, and math, I do enough drug calculations that, my goodness. But I think the technology is something that people forget about, and it's not just the technology of vaccines, but it's the equipment we use as well. And there are many exciting things of that. I love using ultrasounds, and that's something that's changed over the last probably 30 years within veterinary medicine, is the use of ultrasounds and the use of a million other things. And the technology is definitely the portion people forget about. It's something I enjoy, and it's something that will not only progress our career, but progress what we're able to do within the profession and the industry as well. Yeah, I think what's coming down the pipe and what we already have is making things easier on the veterinarian. Being in large animal medicine is not an easy task. Just palpating, ultrasounding cows, you'll wear your shoulder out really quick. And they were able to combat that with an arms-free probe. But just the amount of other things that are going to make our careers easier, as far as software programs. Carrying an iPad around with some veterinarians is pretty much commonplace. And interfacing that with our clients, and virtual telemedicine is something that might become an interesting prospect for the next 10-20 years. And as we look into technology's consultation, I know a beef practice in Canada that has clients in West Virginia. So we're basically making veterinary medicine worldwide and available for anyone. I might have clients in California one day. You never know. Well, I think at some point almost every young person, especially if you grew up with animals, wants to be a veterinarian. And I think if you're passionate about it, by all means you should do it. And I can't say there's much more of a rewarding career. Like I said, baby calves are one of my favorite things, but even just, sometimes things don't go well. And the producer's like, what, I'm sorry that didn't go well, but thank you for trying. And you're helping them too, and I think that's what people forget, is you're helping the animal and the producer. And it's a very rewarding field, and I can't imagine a better one that I could ever recommend someone to go into. So I think one of the biggest issues within our field is understanding of what we do. Understanding the curriculum. It's an undergraduate degree, and then it's 4 years of professional school, and really gaining knowledge and credibility within the medical profession. We see everything. It's not just one species. Goodness gracious, on my board exam, I had to know turtles to cows. So and everything in between. And I think that's one thing that we're going to have to work on. And as time goes on, advocate not only for ourselves, but our veterinary technicians, veterinary nurses, and everything like that as time goes on. I think it's a very exciting field, and we have many things to improve upon, and many horizons that haven't been explored yet. Yeah, well, we already talked about STEM, science, technology, and math, and science by all means comes to mind when I think back to high school. My freshman science teacher is still someone that I talk to today, and not only did she push me to be better, sometimes in the classes I'd get a little bored, maybe pretend to slack off a little bit, and she'd be like, you're not going to do that. And she pushed me, but she also pushed me to take other courses, heavy science classes, and I definitely filled up my high school curriculum with intense science courses. Very important that not only defined my high school career, but when I went to undergrad and vet school as well, I still use some of my notes from high school. And I'm fortunate to have had some very good science teachers. Courses like high school chemistry, high school anatomy, And now human anatomy and, dog and cat or horses and cows, it's not exactly the same, but there are correlates in how muscles function. It all works together. So I think challenging yourself in high school and not letting yourself get bored. I took some dual credit courses that applied. I took physics and calculus, which I don't use much calculus anymore, but stay challenged, because the coursework is very rigorous, and I think it prepares you, not even, maybe the knowledge isn't a correlate to later on, but the challenge is there. So keep challenging yourself in high school, and keep those mentors that will challenge you pretty close.